to know how to avoid these 3 common mistakes when buying a house in Lindsay, Ontario, the Kawartha Lakes? Let me walk you through them. By the end of this video, you'll see why it's so important to think of these things first. Not only will it save you time, but also money. Be sure to stick around until the end to learn the easiest way to avoid regret. Number 1, thinking you're buying a new house, not a used house. A lot of the first-time houses in Lindsay, Ontario, the Kawartha Lakes, they're not perfect. They may be older, they may have a stone foundation, there might be some imperfections. Sometimes, especially in your first buying experience, it's hard to see past the staging. I mean, look at those pillows and that table. The table looks so inviting, you almost want to call everyone now for your first entertaining dinner. Staging exists for that purpose, to make you fall in love, maybe even pay a little bit more. But please remember, there is more to a house than how it's decorated. Let's look at the house, like the actual house. How big is your bed, for an example? Will it fit? Will it fit up a narrow staircase or underneath the slope in the roof? That's just another example. Do you have a dining room table that you need space for? Maybe a formal dining room is on your master list. Or do you sit at the counter in the kitchen? Let's think of your everyday real lives and make sure that it fits. Is there enough parking? How many cars do you and your family have? Because parking in the mall is pretty important. Then, as I mentioned in a previous video, how do you know if the house you're buying needs work? So do a home inspection. A home inspection gives you so much information about your potential new home. What's the wiring? What's the age of the furnace? It'll give you a diagnosis of current issues and what could possibly go wrong in the future. Don't skip this step, it's important. Read the report. Ask questions if you don't understand something. Personally, after almost 24 years of selling real estate and selling a lot of houses, I learned something new at almost every home inspection I go to. Number 2, location, location, location. What if you bought your house only to find out after you moved in that it wasn't in the best area? How'd you feel about that? How easy would resale be? Is it in the industrial section of town? What's the crime rate? Are you close to work? Are you close to a major highway if you're going to commute back and forth on a daily basis? How close is the grocery store? Can you walk to a convenience store? Like, what if you need milk or bread? What if there's no more school bus to pick up your kids and they have to walk? What if you find out after you bought your house that it's not even in the right school district that you were looking for? Did you want your son or daughter to go to a Catholic school or French immersion? What's the best way to ensure when you buy that it works for you and it's the best thing for your family? You should use a local realtor. When you buy your home in Lindsay, Ontario, the Kawartha Lakes, a local realtor will know the area, knowledgeable in all the things that matter to you and your kids and their needs, where the shops are, and what the roads are like, to mention a few things. They should have the experience, knowledge, and skills to help guide you towards picking the right house in the right neighborhood and paying the right price. And number 3, money, money, money. While your lender uses standard qualifying ratios to determine how much you can afford, you should also have a personal budget in mind. Do you like to travel? Do you have any hobbies? Nobody wants to work just to pay off a mortgage. You will want to live there too. And the easiest way to avoid regret? Remember, your bank agreed to lend you money based on the circumstances when they approved you. Do not do anything to change that. I know some people that then financed a car, for an example, after they bought a house, and that changed their lending criteria before closing. Do not put the purchase of your home in jeopardy. No major purchases, please. If you found this video on how to avoid 3 common mistakes when buying a house in Lindsay, Ontario, the Kawartha Lakes, stay tuned for my next video. Do I sell my existing house before I buy a new one? As always, please get in touch if you have any questions about buying, selling, or living in Lindsay, Ontario, the beautiful Kawartha Lakes. Thanks for watching.